Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Student, and this is the Facebook Live version of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. I just put a little mist on my face. I just got out the shower with a V, shower. I just got out the shower and greased and oiled my body and stuff. I got on my negligee. I got on my sheer little night shirt and my little long johns. I don't want to be a fool. I don't want to be Okay. I had to get a little something to open that bottle of water. Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey. What's up, Janice Bullock Spate? Glistening all over my body and stuff. Hey boy, hey. Hey boy, hey. Hey girl, hey. You know, V-neck and stuff. He turning 42 in about 9 days, something like that. I don't know how many days it is, but it's coming. I need something to dry my hands, sorry. Yeah, so I did a little scrub on my face while I was in the shower. So, you know, you're supposed to just let it dry, right? Elisa, you have your book? Awesome. What's up, Kenny? No, I'm a Taurus, May 4th. I'm a Taurus. So I had Will and Mike and my friend Angela, we were trying to figure out what we're going to do for my birthday and who I'm going to invite and all that stuff. I never really think about my birthday, like what I'm going to do and stuff like that. I was thinking about doing this simulated skydiving. Now, you know I'm black, so I'm not jumping out of nobody's plane intentionally. And see, some of y'all jumping out of planes and shit now. He ain't jumping out of nobody's plane unless it's an emergency. And you got to go. But volunteering to jump out of a plane? Oh, she's turning 7, Nicoya. Well, I'm turning 42, so I'm 35 years older than she. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart. And this is the Facebook Live version of So Much to Say. Did you guys listen to the podcast today? I thought the podcast that we dropped today was a really, really interesting one. Last week, I was out having a little bite to eat with a couple friends, and I was introduced to the woman that was on the podcast today. She was telling us this story while we were having drinks and while we were eating. And I just thought it was fascinating. I said, well, would you be interested in telling that story on my podcast? And she said, sure, I'd do it. And I said, oh, well, let's go. Let's get up and go to the house now, right? Thank you, Christy. And I just thought it was fascinating. And I did my best to try to edit it so that you could really follow the story and really understand what she was saying. Because I was a little confused at first. But just for clarity's sakes, the first 2 years of her life, so from 0 to 2 years old, she was given up. Her birth mother, gave her up. And she was raised by this family not raised, but she lived with this family for 2 years. Well, then when she turned 2, her real mother, her birth mother that gave her up, came back and got her and said, listen, y'all can't see all down in my crotch, can you? I forgot this table is glass. I got on my little skin tight long johns. But anyway, her mom came back and wanted to raise her, right? But her mom maintained this lie, this story, that she was adopted. So all the way up until the point that this lady was 36 years old, her mother, her birth mother, was telling her, you're adopted, you're adopted, you're adopted. I mean, so much so that her siblings, or this woman's children, kept questioning, like, well, is she really adopted? You sure look like us. You look so much like us. Right, the entire family was lying to this girl, making her think she was adopted. Can you imagine how disconnected you would probably feel to your family and that kind of thing? Like feeling like you're an only child, but you really aren't because... Anyway, so it wasn't until she was 36 years old that her mother actually told her the truth. I mean, I thought it was really, really powerful that she didn't feel any sort of contempt towards her mom. Because I know me, I probably would have felt like, why would you lie to me all of these years? And just, I mean, the entire town was lying to her. Like her aunt was in on the story. Like nobody really told her the truth. So I would feel really disconnected from my family. But she didn't. And I thought it was really powerful when she said, you know, as a woman, I know I've made choices that were best for me. It may not have been best for everybody else, and there were decisions that I've made that other people have felt weren't really good decisions. She said, so I had to see my mother as a woman. She said, I saw her as a woman. So I just thought it was really, really powerful. My hope, my intention for doing that podcast, or any of these podcasts, is not about trying to expose people or put people's business out there, but hopefully you guys will hear something. I know oftentimes, well, I shouldn't say oftentimes, but I know in some cases, women may be involved with two different men at a time, and they sometimes, you know, you watch Judge Judy. Well, Judge Judy don't really have those kinds of cases. That's more of a Judge Mathis kind of case. I don't really like his show. But anyway, that's another conversation. But you know how, like, on there, like, a woman, sometimes she's dealing with two different men, and then she conceives, and she doesn't know who the father is. And so she'll go on and tell the child that this is your father, when in fact it may be the other. Maury Povich is good for it. And so for the entire life of the child. So my intention for doing this podcast is, hopefully, if you're in that scenario, perhaps it'll provoke you to go ahead and be honest. Because what I've realized is, oftentimes, the most difficult thing is often the right thing to do. The most difficult thing is usually the right thing to do. The most painful thing is usually the right thing to do. And so, you know, that was my intention. Hopefully, you know, if there's a paternity issue in your life, maybe this will push you to go ahead and be forthcoming. Even in terms of the whole molestation thing. Like her step grandfather, because her mom, her birth mom, who was raising her, who was trying to tell her that she was adopted, she had a stepfather. Well, that man sexually abused the woman who was on the podcast with me. So that was her step grandfather. But he was molesting her. And just the fact that she never told that part of the story to her mom. He's now deceased. Her mom is still living. Her mom does know that she was molested, but she does not know who the offender was. And she just doesn't feel like she wanted to tell her. But I called the show, I usually come up with the title of the podcast after I have the conversation. Usually it's after I've edited it, and I've listened to it a few times, and then the title usually will come to me. But I thought it was really apropos. There's a word for you, apropos. Short for like appropriate and, you know, apropos. I thought it was really apropos to call it Dirty Family Secrets, because there's so many secrets, you know, and that's not just a black thing. And I wanted to make that clear in that podcast, because oftentimes I think because we're black, we think that certain behavior or characteristics are specific to us, and that's not always the case. Because, you know, I think that's just a people thing. I think people oftentimes keep these dirty little secrets, these family secrets. You like that word, Becky? Apropos. But that wasn't on my list of things to talk about tonight. But I always want to try to talk about the podcast at some point, because that's really how these live videos were born. The idea to start doing these live videos came from the listeners, those of you that were listening to the podcasts, wanting to have a conversation about it, wanting to have a dialogue about it. And so that was really the germ of this idea of me coming on live, and that's how it all kind of started. And then it became a conversation about the books and, you know, that kind of thing. So hopefully, you know, you guys will share that podcast, because, you know, you can text it. Like, there's a share button when you, depending on where you're listening, whether you're on Apple Podcast or Spotify or SoundCloud, wherever, you can share it. You can share it on your social media. You can text it to your friends. I know there are a lot of you that reach out to me. You have like your own private Facebook groups, and you guys have dialogue about it. I know one of the popular ones was gay rape. And I think that oftentimes, even me as a gay person, I never really considered gay rape. That's a thing? That's really happening? Like, I just didn't know that was happening. And so that was an interesting conversation some months ago. So that, you know, it is what it is. So I talked about that. I had a great weekend. Hey, girl, hey. Come on in, Valerie. Hey, girl, hey. I had a great weekend. It was pretty relaxed. I went to the gym. I had my little veggie and fruit smoothies. I had one today. Today I had one with fresh raspberry, blueberry, a banana, some spinach. I had my pea protein that I put in there. What's up, DFCS? Is it DFAX? Aletha. I put my protein in it, my pea protein, my natural protein. No, I don't have on no skirt. This is my dish towel. I covered up my crotch because some of y'all are nasty. Down here, looking down here at my dick. But I forgot that this is a glass table and you can see straight through this. Amen. Bye, Ty. I'll be here when you see me. It'll be here tomorrow. You can look at it tomorrow. But anyway, and then I put my juice in it. You know, I do my green juice. I put it in. I blended it up. I had that. I'm going to do another one tonight before I go to bed. Because I want to try to do 2 of those a day. I said 2. 2 of those a day. And then I went to the gym. I went to the gym tonight. Had a good workout. But listen, I have a few things to talk about. I have a few things to talk about. What's up, Fazal? Look at Danetta, her nasty self. Well, don't show it. Well, that's why I'm covering it up. I got on my see-through shirt, yeah, because I got to sell a few books tonight, amen? I got to move a few of these books. Rent coming up. Look, shit due. No, I'm just playing. Tell your boyfriend, LaShayla, he's welcome. Thank you, Lakeisha. Thank you, Lakeisha. Thank you, Hope. Okay, so listen. I gifted Bianca Alston. I don't know if she's in here tonight. I gifted your ticket. Remember, I had a ticket for the live podcast on June 2nd to gift. I gifted that to LaShayla. I had to bribe her. I told her if she bought her ticket, that I would gift her a ticket for her boyfriend. So they got a 2-for-1. Amen. So I gifted the ticket. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that off my list. I've already gifted it because I don't want y'all talking about, well, you know, we be sending stuff down there. Is he keeping track of this stuff? Oh, yeah, he's keeping track. And on June 2nd, there will be a list at the door. We're going to have a list at the door. It's going to be given, ma'am, what's your name? Okay, let me see your ID. Okay, you have a +1. Okay, you can come on in. You know when somebody do like this, they mean business. When they do like this. Okay, and what's your name? Okay. Let me see your ID, please. Oh, no, ma'am, you're not on the list. Okay, yeah, we have you. Okay, step aside, please. Matt, who's next, please? It's going to be given real professional. It's going to be given real professional. So I'm trying to slide in. We will be taking payments at the door as well. We prefer cash. We're going to have food. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday about putting together the menu for June 2nd. Because we're going to have food for y'all. We're going to have some heavy hors d'oeuvres. Now, remember, it's going to be June 2nd. So don't be thinking, listen, don't be coming out here thinking you about to eat neck bones and oxtails and all that heavy shit. It's going to be June 2nd. So it's probably going to be a good 85, 90 degrees. So we're going to have something really nice. We're going to have... Send what via email, Keisha Henley? What you want us to send? What you want me to send you via? Listen, I gotta get to the store to get me some Fiji water. All I had was this damn Nestle water that I was giving to the guests. Oh, I'm gonna put the location of the venue this week. I know I keep saying I'm gonna do that. I be forgetting. Listen, I have shit to do. Valerie. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put the address up there. I'm gonna do that this week. Okay, you'll have the address and everything by Friday of this week. I'm gonna put that up in. I'm gonna put that in there. I'll also do a blast. I'll do an email blast. I'm gonna put it in the Pen Pal group. So yes, I'll be sure to let you know where it's gonna be. It's in Midtown though, so if you're staying in Midtown, or if you're close to Midtown, you'll be fine. I'm working on the menu. We have the desserts being sponsored by Cami Cakes. I've told you guys that. I'm still working on the alcohol sponsor. And I have narrowed it down because I want to have it filmed. I want to have a videographer. Well, it ain't really videos like this no more, but you know. But I want to have it filmed, okay? So, be cute. Oh, Keisha, you want to help set up? She already paid for a ticket, so she can come help set up. Did you want to help set up, Keisha? Be cute, because we plan on filming. And don't come down here all overdressed and shit. I done said this before. It's going to be June 2nd. It's going to be warm. We're going to be indoors, so there will be AC. But don't be coming down here. Valerie, don't come down here with that rabbit coat. That rabbit fur that you posted on your Facebook that day, or squirrel fur, whatever kind of fur that was. Happy birthday to Michael Stratton. Michael Stratton, happy birthday to you. So this is what I wanted to tell you guys. Oh. This before I move into the next part of what I was going to say. June 2nd. Don't come in there with no leaning heels. Your heels leaning to the side and you wobbling and shit. Don't come in there doing all of that. Don't come in there with them heels leaning. Because if your heels break, I'm going to laugh. So you better have a backup heel. If you're going to come in there trying to march and parade in there with some heels on, make sure you have your heels secure. So the live podcast is on June 2nd. The details are in the Eventbrite that's posted up here. I'm going to pin it down here as well. Hopefully it'll pin. If it doesn't, then the details are on my website, CraigTheWriterStewart.com. Yeah, it's not pinning, but I just put it down there. So get your ticket for the event. I don't know when the next one is going to be, so don't be messaging me after June 2nd talking about, oh, I really wanted to come. I didn't get to come. When are you doing the next one? Listen, I don't know when the next one is going to be. I just know when this one is. I know some of y'all on fixed incomes and things like that, so that's why I put the tickets on sale last month, which was March. The event's not until June, so I'm giving you plenty of time to scrape together your little coins. Let me see, how many coins is that? Let me see, it's about $25, right? There's 4 quarters and $1. 20. How many quarters is that? 100? That's 100 quarters. Now scrape together your 100 quarters for this and go in and get your ticket. Don't be asking me, well, when you going to do the next one? Like Lakeisha out there in California. And I came all the way out. I jumped on the plane, flew all the way to California, did a signing, and Lakeisha was nowhere to be found. Lakeisha didn't show up. Susan Fierro didn't show up. Let me get to my calculator. How many quarters is that? How many quarters is that? Let me see. I'm trying to do quick math in my head. Let me see. Hold on. It's $25 times 4 quarters in $1. That's 100 quarters. I thought I was right. Angela talking about 80. What Angela say? Angela talking about 80 coins. No, that's 100 coins. She trying to jip me 20 coins. Now that's 100. So don't be asking me, well, when you going to do the next one? I don't know. Now, why y'all upset with Taylor Swift? Because she done redid September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember? Dun, 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 in September. Why y'all mad with her? Because she made it a ballad. Why y'all mad with her? Because she slowed it down and she took all of the soul out of it. Why y'all mad? She didn't sound horrible. She just took the life out of it. She just sucked the life out of it. She took all of the black out of it. But guess what? Here's the thing. Earth, Wind, and Fire had to give it her approval. She couldn't have gone out there and she couldn't have gone out there and recorded their song. Is that Christus? Is that Christus? She couldn't have recorded that song without their permission. She needed their permission. Y'all know when I get to typing, I'm looking somebody up, right? She needed their permission. And guess why they gave her their permission? Because Taylor Swift sells albums. They ain't got to work no more off of her version of September. Trust me. That's all I'm going to say about it. But I don't like it. It's not a good version. It just took, it's not good. Thank you, Carnassus. Carnassus, I don't know where you've been, but guess what? I had gifted you a book weeks ago. But since you never came and retrieved it, I went on and re-gifted it. Same thing happened with Lori Gaddis. I don't know where I gifted her a book last week, and she never claimed it. So I went on and re-gifted that. I just finished eating, Shonda. I had a punani. Now, Valerie, I don't know if I'm gonna have punanis at the live podcast on June 2nd. I don't know if I'm gonna have punanis there because listen. Let me tell you something about these vegan meal prep places. Like, they charge an arm and a leg. I went and got my punani today. Let me tell you what the prices are. I went and got a punani today. And I found it. I'm going to get my little prayer cloth right here. So I went. And so I saw this car. And they had a little decal on the side of the car saying that they do a raw vegan meal prep right to your door. They deliver it, right? So I said, "Oh my God, I'm so interested. Let me know." Because sometimes when you want to pick something up and you just need a little, sometimes you just want to come home, you just want to throw something in the oven or just want to go ahead and eat right away, right? And so I looked at these prices when I got home. First time customers, $100 a week. $100 a week. So then the first option for regular customers is called a big meal. It's $150 for the week. One large entree, scrumptious side dish. What's a scrumptious side dish? They think because they put that little adjective in it, that's going to say, oh, okay, that's worth $150. A side salad, and a 4-ounce dessert. Oh, my Aunt Gloria's in here. My Aunt Gloria, she's in here. $150 for one large entree, a side dish, a side salad, and a 4-ounce dessert. Then the next level is called a plus meal. It's $197. Girl, just say $200. $200 for the week. That's one large entree, delicious side, large dinner salad, and an 8-ounce dessert. Now, the last thing y'all need is an 8-ounce dessert. The premium meal is $247. Again, we're going to round that up to $250. 2 large entrees. Now, what kind of entree? What kind of 2 large entrees for $250? What you giving me for $250? $250? I don't even spend that much money a month in my food stamps for the entire month. 2 large entrees, 2 side dishes, large dinner salad, and 8-ounce dessert. Oh, my Aunt Gloria is saying hello, y'all. Then catch this. They want to charge you $15 to deliver it if you live within the city. I live in the city. Now, how about they say if you're outside of the metro area, it's $25. So you mean to tell me I'm paying you $200 plus $15 for delivery? What in the living fuck? Like these fees be, listen, y'all be doing too much. My friend Lynn came over today. She went out of town today. She dropped off a birthday card. She gonna say, don't open it until your birthday. What am I, 7? I said, well, can I open it now? No, wait till your birthday. Girl, I'm 42. I'll be 42. Now 14. But I'm gonna respect her wishes and I'm gonna wait and not open it until next week. I was watching, isn't his name Pastor John Gray? He's down there in Houston. Heavyset guy. He's married. Doesn't he have a show on OWN? I think he has a show on OWN. What's his name? My birthday is May 4th. LaTravis. John Gray. So I was watching that over the weekend. Now, I've never seen this show before. This is the first time I've seen it. So I was watching it on Saturday. And so obviously he's on this new diet. Oh yeah. He's on this new diet. And so he's on this new diet, right? And so he's lost a considerable amount of weight. And his numbers have gone down. Like I think he may have been diabetic and, you know, he may have had cholesterol problems. Anyway, this is the first time I've ever watched the show. Basically, he was saying that he feels so much better, this, that, and the third. Now, I don't know if he cut meat, but because again, I've never seen the show. But then later at the end of the show, he and his wife were talking about going to some event. Something was coming up. And he was like, well, babe, since the nutritionist is not going to be there, can we go ahead and just live it up and just eat, go ahead and get a nice steak and, eat this. And, he was just excited, right? Because he was going to jump off his diet. And his wife was like, no, we need to stick to it just because she's not going to be there. You need to really stick to your diet because, I want you to be here for me. I want you to live, da-da-da. And all I kept thinking was, now how old is he? Do y'all know how old he is? Does anybody know how old he is? I'm willing to bet he's about my age. Quiet as is kept, he don't look my age, though. He looks a lot older. See, that's why it's important to moisturize. He's 45. That means he's 3 years older than me. That's why it's good to do a scrub. You got to scrub your face. You got to get you a nice scrub with some little... Let me look him up because y'all guessing now. Y'all just guessing. Let me see. Google. John Gray. How old is he? Let me see. Ooh. He's 45. He's 3 years older than I am. All I'm going to say is, this is why it's important to... He'll be 45 in June. He's 44 right now. Let me look Dan that up. She all sitting here yelling here, talking about how old she don't look. Let me look in here and see how old you look. Dan Atta. Dan, what's her last name? Dan Atta Winstead. Let me see how old she look. But, you know, you got to moisturize. I moisturize. I do a scrub. That's why my face looks so glossy now. I do an overnight scrub. I do an overnight mask. I put a mask on my face overnight, and then I rinse it off in the morning. And, but no, the diet. The diet is really important. And so, like, it really will clear your skin up. It will clear your skin up. Like, it will lighten your skin. It'll even the skin color, your skin tone, all of that good stuff. Of course, you'll lose weight. But the point of me bringing him up was he lost weight. He lost weight because that he changed his diet. And the fact that he was trying to argue or debate that he should be able to eat, you know, whatever he wants to eat at this event that they were about to go to. My thing is, you've eaten like a savage all of your life. And I say that about myself too. Like people say to me all the time, well, do you miss eating meat? And I'm just like, well, no, I had it for the first 40 years of my life. So like I can make a sacrifice or, you know, no, I don't miss it. Listen, I've had it for 40 years. I'm not really missing it. Now there's about to be a competition of who looks their age and who doesn't. I'm gonna put some black down here, and I'm gonna show y'all who. Put some black down there. But I'm gonna tell you something. I told you guys this story before. I'm gonna tell you again because I know some new people in here. A friend of mine. She is going to be at the live podcast on June 2nd. She was the woman that was on the podcast that talked about how she found her husband. Well, listen, her husband has always eaten meat. But once they got married, he started going towards more of a plant-based diet simply because she was cooking oh, y'all tried it. Thought I look like I'm 50. So anyway, so he started eating more of a plant-based diet because she was cooking his food, right? And so he was like, babe, you're going to have me dry up. You're going to have me disappear. Like, you're going to starve me to death, right? Death. So she said, listen, I can make the meat for you. If you want me to make meat for you, I can do that. Like, I just don't eat it, right? Okay, I won't diet, Janika. So he came off the meat. He was a runner. He had always been a runner, like when he was younger, right? He was running. And he had bad knees. Like he had to wear like knee braces, right? And just to walk. Well, when he started eating the way she was eating, he didn't have to wear the knee braces, right? Well, Labor Day weekend rolled around last year, and he was like, babe, listen, I want to go ahead and put some meat on the grill. I just got to celebrate for the holiday. I haven't had any barbecue in a while. He put some meat on that grill, ate that meat that same weekend. He had to put those knee braces back on because I told you guys, chicken causes a lot of inflammation. If you have aching and shit in your body, the poultry, not just chicken, poultry, that includes turkey, it causes a lot of aching and shit in your body. And so, but then he said, you know what? I'm just not going to be able to do it anymore. He came off the meat And he doesn't have to wear the knee braces anymore. Some of y'all right now struggling to get up the stairs in your house because you refuse to put the meat down. Some of y'all, as soon as you get into the Walmart, you're looking for that little cart to scoot around in. Who I'm talking to? They quiet now. Some of y'all get into the grocery store. You can't get to that little cart quick enough. Meat is meat. Because you don't even really know what's organic. You don't even really know what's organic. Like, they put that organic shit on there and it ain't really organic. I've watched documentaries and they said that. They'll tell you that shit is organic and just to get you to buy it and you know, put a little extra charge on your bill. Bump up the price a little bit. You know, some of y'all can't even get around. Listen. You struggling trying to get up the stairs in your own house because you refuse to change your diet. Somebody said I like meat in my mouth. Yes, I have tried jackfruit, Anna. In fact, I was going to go to this place tonight. There's a place that I go to here. They do they call it a shrimp po' boy, but it's not really shrimp. Because if you're vegan, you do not eat any meat, including seafood. I'm pescatarian. I don't claim to be vegan, but I don't eat dairy either. I don't eat dairy. I don't drink milk. I don't eat eggs. But there's a place that I go to, they use jackfruit. And jackfruit, I think I told you guys before, those of you that have been following for a while, jackfruit is a part of the ginger root family. And, but so they use this as they use the jackfruit to do the shrimp po' boy. I'm from Maryland, so I know seafood. When I tell you, I really thought that shit was shrimp. It's really good. So yeah, I have had jackfruit. I've never tried to make it at home. I've never done that. And I don't eat soy because soy is not good for you. So I don't eat that. Yeah. All right, so look, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. I've been listening. I told you guys I've been listening to like audio books lately. I do eat avocados. I put them in my smoothie. I just used the last one yesterday. I take the avocado, I put it in my smoothie. I do a variation of things. So sometimes I do avocado with spinach. Sometimes it's kale. But I do use fresh blueberries and raspberries and banana. And, you know, whatever. And then I blend it up. So, yeah, I do different things each time. Yeah, y'all need to change your diet. You know, some of y'all be talking about, I'm talking to Rhonda Marie. You eat an assortment of things. Like if I eat out, because, again, you cannot eat, you can't eat seafood every day. Because then you'll get too much mercury in your body. So, like, if I'm out to eat, like, I'll eat the jackfruit. Like, I'll go to the restaurant. But the place that sells that, they're closed on Mondays. So I couldn't order that today. But I usually do that. It's like a shrimp po' boy. But, again, it's not really shrimp. It's jackfruit. And then they do, like, a kale salad on the side. So I'll do that. But then I go to my other place. They do a punani, which is a spicy kale wrap. But then I cook. Like, I'll do, like, a 4 or 5 bean chili. And I just put like, I put different seasonings in it. I'd use a vegetable, yes, and seafood has a lot of cholesterol. I'll put a vegetable broth, but you have to look at the vegetable broth and the ingredients, because a lot of vegetable broth has chicken stock. Even the vegetable broth has chicken stock, and it has milk in it, and I don't eat that or drink that. So I put that as my base, and then I season it. I'll put it over rice. You got to find different things. You have to research it first. Just research it first. There are things that you can eat in place of meat. But we're so conditioned to think that we have to have it. And it was an adjustment because at first I didn't feel full after I finished eating. I felt hungry still. But now I feel satisfied. I do eat more often. I probably eat every couple hours. But you know, I feel so much better. Like my body feels more limber. Like it's not as stiff as it was. Cause I'm telling you, that shit that they put in that chicken and that pork. Cause it was nothing for me to smother a good pork chop in here. But you know, I cut all of that out. And I don't know. But I'm always looking for new recipes. I'm always looking stuff up. You know, I'm always looking for new ideas and new things like that. But look, we'll come back to that. I want to talk to y'all about the power of words. The power of words. Because I've been listening to some audiobooks lately. I don't crave sweets. Look, I'm back on this. Look, they still asking questions. I've never had a sweet tooth. But if you eat a lot of carbs, like potatoes, like white potatoes and rice and shit like that, pasta, that breaks down in your body and into sugar. And then you start to crave sugar. You start to crave ice cream and chocolate and stuff like that. So I've never really eaten a lot of carbs like that, like pasta. I even switched over my regular pasta to a lentil pasta. So I made a pasta the other day. It's a penne pasta, but instead of it being bleached pasta like the normal pasta, it's made out of lentil and brown rice. But it looked just like the regular pasta, right? You have to boil it a little longer for it to get soft, and But then I did like a marinara sauce. I sauteed my shrimp. I showed you guys the pasta the other day on one of these videos. But yeah, they have. Look at Chrissy talking about liver is good for good. Okay, Christus. Christus, am I saying it right? I bought me 2 more bags of the ginger candy. One Trainer, you got Trader Joe's in Baltimore. You could have bought it from Baltimore, from Trader Joe's. It's like $1.79 a bag. But anyway, Christus. The first book is about my gay life, and the second book, right? So it's all of the things that shaped and changed my life. My parents' divorce, my sister's drug addiction, my brother spent 23 years in jail. And it's my transition or my journey from dating women to dating men. The very first guy that I fell in love with was HIV positive. No, I'm not HIV positive. I always put that little disclaimer out there because people always want to ask that because I dated somebody that was positive. The second book primarily is about a relationship that I had with a married guy and how conflicted he was in that marriage and trying to find his way out of that marriage. And then I just got to the point where I felt like I was well beyond my comfort zone, so I cut things off with that. So that's what these books are about. I don't know if you're familiar with, because I looked at your Facebook page, you look a little young. I don't know if you're familiar with Elin Harris, but it puts you in mind of like Elin Harris' story, except these are true stories. And then my third book is So Much to Say, a book of quotes. So it's relationship quotes, encouragement quotes, and wisdom quotes. So it's divided up into 3 different chapters, right? But the books are available through me. I sign them and ship them to you. If you want to cash out me, you can. If you want to order through Amazon, you can. If you want to download them to your iPad or your Kindle or your Google Play or wherever, you can. And then they're available in Audible as well. Leela, I contacted Audible today. They said it should be available in Audible this week. So hopefully it will be in Audible this week. The first one is already in Audible. Words Never Spoken, One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, and So Much to Say. Thank you so much, Jay Ronell. And then somebody said they loved Elin Harris. But yeah, so look, this is what I wanted to talk about, words that hurt. So I've been listening to like Audible books lately. So I listened to Charlemagne the God's book, Black Privilege. I pulled some stuff out of there. And now I'm listening to Trevor Noah's book, Born a Crime. And, he hosts The Daily Show. And he's South African. He's from South Africa. and he was born into apartheid. The difference, Hope is asking, does it make a difference if you order on Amazon? If you order on Amazon, I have to split the money with Amazon. I make less money off the books if you order through Amazon. So I always try to encourage people to order them through me. But if you want to order through Amazon, you can. It still counts as a sale. The difference also is Amazon pays me at the end of every month. So I get a check at the end of every month from Amazon, or deposit. If you download your books to like your Nook or your iBooks or whatever, I get paid quarterly. So they send me a check every 3 months. It's just an accumulation. So you just have to wait. So this is immediate. So that's why I always like, and that's why I always do book signings and things like that. And, you know, because you can get that money. Look, the power company ain't going to wait for Amazon to send me a check next month, right? We need your money today. Well, but Amazon is sending me a check. I've written 3 books. I'm just waiting for this little check to come from Amazon. Okay, well, sir, we're going to cut your lights off. You just call us back when you're ready to get your lights cut back on. And then when you order them through me, I send you a bookmark for the books. For each, you know, for the first 2 books. But anyway, so listen. So I'm listening to these audio books. I'm going to not look at your... Audible, they pay me once a month too. Amazon is once a month. And Audible is once a month. And then the electronic books, those are quarterly. Those are quarterly. But thanks for asking that, Hope and Leela. I'm glad you asked that. So I'm listening to these books, and it made me think about, thank you, Leela. I appreciate that. So I'm listening to these audiobooks. Oh. One thing for certain, 2 things for sure, Jarrell. But this book is part 2. So this picks up where the first one leaves off. So if you start here, you're not going to really know. You should start here and then go here. But you know, do what you want. It's up to you. Send my coin through here, though. Oh, and my Cash App is The Writer, if you want to order them through me. And then just make sure you inbox me your shipping address so I know where to ship the books. I guess we're going to talk about words that hurt another day because y'all are not interested in that. Yes, Samantha, if you order through Amazon, the books are not signed. Amazon is not going to ship the books to me so I can sign them and then ship them to you. Yeah, you have to order them through me if you want me to sign them. And then, like I said, I put a bookmark in the books for you. And then I ship them out. I have some to go out tomorrow. So if you order them tonight, thank you, Tiffany, for putting the Cash App ID down there. If you order them tonight, they will ship out tomorrow with the rest. Thank you, Jay Ronell Robinson. Cynthia, yes. Do you know how to use the Cash App, Cynthia and Jay Ronell Robinson? Yes, you get the books the next day, Michelle Murray. Yes. Yes, you do. You get the books the next day. So I'll ship them tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tuesday? You'll have them Wednesday. Thank you, Patricia. Oh, let me cover up my little area down here. If you don't know how to use the Cash App, just inbox me your email address, and I will send it to you. Thank you, Christus. I like that name, Christus. That's a good character name for a book. Oh, so Cynthia, if you don't know how to use the Cash App, inbox me your. In fact, let me just go over here and send you a message. Let me go over here. Let me go over here and send you a message. What's that, Cynthia? You want to hear about the words? Let me read you a little piece. Hold on. Let me send Cynthia, Scarlett. Y'all got these long Facebook names. Garrett. All right. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. Shoot me your email address, please. And then I will send you the Cash App request, Scarlett. I'm going to send Jay Ronell one too, and then I'm going to go ahead and read a little excerpt. Do you want me to just open up the book and read? Or do you want me to read a specific part? J. Ronell. Ooh, these long Facebook names. Robinson. Y'all swear y'all being inconspicuous. Oh, I done misspelled Ronell. Hold on. Too many N's. Okay, here we go. Here we go. J. Ronell. I just sent you up. I just sent you both. I do Google Pay too, Cynthia Scarlett. You want my email address for Google? What's that? Google Wallet, right? Hold on, y'all. I'm sending for Google Wallet. Oh. I know y'all really helping me. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so Jay Ronell said just open the book. Okay. Oh. What happened? I asked. I don't want to talk about it. I already know what it is. I still don't want to talk about it. Why are we talking around it? I asked. Because I don't want to talk about it. He began fidgeting from nervousness. He walked back into the living room and sat on the couch. This time I followed him. But we both know what we're talking about, I pressured. Not saying it won't make it go away. Not saying it won't make it go away. So we may as well say it. Don't say it, he pleaded. HIV, we're talking about HIV, I said bluntly. He dropped his head. Tell me what happened, I said as I took a seat next to him. We got into a fight last night. I couldn't take it no more. He came home drunk again, and he was trying to pick a fight with me, so I grabbed a knife so he would leave me alone. And he said, you need to go get tested. That's how he said it? I asked. Yeah. What were his exact words, Salim? He said he had it and I needed to go get tested. He mumbled as he fought back tears. So that was the errand you had to run? You went to get an HIV test? He nodded. I couldn't hold back my tears. I'm reading from my first book, Words Never Spoken. I don't know if he gave it to me or if I gave it to him. He just found out first, he whispered. You don't even know if you have it. I do. I can see it in my face. And when I went home last month, my mother said I looked different. Salim and I almost had sex the previous weekend. And the only reason we didn't was because he insisted we wait. He said he liked the way I did things. I wasn't in a rush to have sex in the way he had with other people before me. If we had had sex, I would have been paranoid about seroconverting, though we would have used a condom. Stop crying. It's okay. I've already cried for me. I'm crying for all of the things I can never have with you, he said. It's not okay. This can't be happening to you, I cried. I wasn't going to tell you since we never did anything. I was just going to stop calling, he said. Why would you do that? Then I would have been wondering what happened. You would have gotten over me. I know how you feel about it. You already told me you wouldn't date someone with it. But that was before I fell in love with you, I mumbled. You're not in love with me. You just feel sorry for me. I do love you. I'm at a point that I love you more than I love myself. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I gave it to you. This is why it's not worth all the games people play. Seems fun to sleep with all these niggas, but no one stops to think about this shit, I cried. Everybody thinks it's just cool to just fuck. That shit ain't cool, and when they end up sick, they wonder how it happened. That's true, he said. It's not fair. I feel like I found a needle in a haystack. I'm not gonna let go. You don't have a choice. I'm not gonna do that to you, he said. I could get with someone else who has it. What's the difference? Well, that's on them and their conscience. You're not gonna talk me into it, so stop. He said as if he was talking to a recalcitrant 10-year-old. So this is a piece from, I'll stop there. I'll read another little piece in a second. But that's from a piece in my first book. I said in the beginning, I was talking to Christus, and I was saying that when I was 20, was I 22? I was 22 years old, and I met this guy. He's from Philadelphia. He was beautiful. This man was beautiful. And thank you, Dante. Dante, we need to get together this week to do this podcast now. But he was a beautiful man. I mean, he was dark skinned. He had beautiful teeth. I know, Cynthia. He had beautiful teeth. And I talk in here about how I met him. And let me find this part about Tyler Perry. Hold on. So we started dating and everything was great. And he found out. Thank you, Alice. Alice is in here. Thank you. And so Alice is the woman who did the podcast that I dropped today, Alice Morel. We were talking about the whole podcast in the beginning of this conversation, Alice. I don't know if you were in here at that point. And so, you know, we had this amazing relationship. Like we spent so much time together. It became progressive. Like in the beginning, we saw each other probably once a week, but we talked on the phone. To Hope, please send the cash app request to Hope. Okay. And so we started dating. Look at Shonda. Let's talk Tyler. So, you know, it was just a beautiful thing. Where's Cynthia? Are you buying one book, all 3 books, 2 books? What am I sending? I'm going to send you the cash app request now. And so we fell in love. But when I met him, he was living with the guy that he was breaking up with. And so whenever I come on here and I'm talking to you guys about being in a relationship with somebody who, whatever, I'm always telling you from my own personal experiences. I'm never just pulling this shit out of the top of my head. I'm telling you from something that I have experienced. And, okay, Alice. I mean, not Alice, Cynthia. Cynthia, you got mail. Check your email. And thank you. And so we met, we started dating, and he found out he was positive. And it was such an enormous burden on me because I was 22. I was the only person that was carrying his secret. I was the only person that knew that he was HIV positive. And you ever have somebody tell you a secret and it's so huge? It's such a huge secret. And you feel so overwhelmed by it and you almost want to share it with somebody, not because you want to tell their business, but because you want to have somebody help you carry the load of it because it's such a big story. And I just couldn't tell anybody because this was just a matter of his anonymity. Like I didn't want, and you remember this was 2002, and even now in 2018, people don't want you to know their HIV status if they're positive. And so even more so back then. And so I couldn't risk telling somebody and it start to metastasize. There's another word. It start to spread through the gay scene, and I just didn't want that to happen. It became like a burden for me. And so I couldn't tell anybody. And so I was the only one that carried that secret and story for the longest. And Lynn, I'm not going to tell you what happened to him. You have the book. You got to read it. You have to read it. I don't want to spoil it for those that are reading. Now, let me get to this Tyler Perry part. Let me read. I'm going to give y'all just a little piece of this Tyler Perry. Hold on. Let me see. Let me get to this Tyler Perry part. Get y'all right together. Thank you, Linda. Linda, listen, Linda. And I'm not being funny when I say that. You know the little video, listen, Linda. Wait, who is Dana for 3 books? Okay, Hope, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Dana, I need your email address, though. I can't send it without the email address. I need the email address. Dana, I need your email address. And Hope, I need your email address, too. Linda, though, listen. I hope that you will continue to come here. I'm going to share something with Linda while I'm waiting for, thank you, Samantha, for dropping that down there for them. Linda, I want to share something with you. Thank you, Dana. Please, Dana Dessaso, we went to school together. Dana Dessaso. Thank you, Chanel. Yes, he's running a business here. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so Linda, let me share this with you because I personally believe, and that's a part of what I talk about in these books as well. I don't believe that being gay puts you on the wrong side with God. I believe that we've been conditioned to believe a lot of things through religion. I believe fiercely in God. I pray every single night on my knees. I talk to these people that come in here every single night about praying every night and being very specific about what you need and what you want. But I think that we've been conditioned to believe a lot of things through religion. And if you reach all the way back to the beginning of time, I don't know if you're a black person or not. I think you are. But religion was given to us. Religion was given to us as a people. We were forced to learn religion. Okay? And what I was thinking about over the weekend is everything has been rigged in favor of white people, including the Bible. Including the Bible. So whoever taught you, me, most of us about religion, whether it's our parents or grandparents, yes, text me your email, Dante, and then I'll send it to you. Whoever taught us about religion, everything that they taught us was taught to them. And you have to think about the context in which we learned religion. And we learned religion from white folks. And remember, religion at one point was used to control us. It was used to enslave us, to program us to believe that we were inferior. Dante, is that 1 book, 2 books, 3? To believe that we were inferior. And so what I've had to learn to do, and that's what I talk about in here as well, is I had to undo a conditioning. I had to undo a conditioning, what I was programmed to believe about blackness, about being gay, about whatever. And I think that the issues that we have within our community as black people, most of us have issues with sexuality because that's what we were programmed to believe about religion and about God. But I don't believe that God, I believe that God grades us on a different scale than man. God grades us on a different scale than man. And I think that our job as individuals is to move through this life and absorb as much as we can and absorb as much as we can, and to not be judgmental, not to grade people, but to live our best life. Wait, somebody saying something? I believe the same about trans people, Chanel. Now, I will tell you, as a gay person, I struggled at one point with trans people as well. I didn't understand that. And I used to say for a long time, oh God, I'm grateful that that's not my story. I'm grateful that that's not my story. But I understand. I'll explain it like this. Dante, I just sent it to you. Dante, I'll explain it like this. You know how sometimes people are born with both this one, Tamika, this one. You know how sometimes people are born with both genitalia? They used to be called hermaphrodite. Well, now they call it intersex. It's a different term. Well, if the body can produce a vagina and a penis on the outside, what makes you think that a person's wires, for lack of a better term, internally can't be crossed? You understand what I'm saying? If a person can physically have a penis and a vagina on the outside, what makes you think that a person can't be crossed on the inside? And so I think that it's one of those things that we're not supposed to understand. No, I know that you do. I know that you're not being negative, Linda. I don't take it that way. I think that there are a lot of things that will happen on this side of life that we'll never understand. We're not meant to understand. We won't get the understanding until we get to the other side of life, till we get to that other side of life. And I think that isn't the job that God gave us. That's not our responsibility. I think what he's ultimately grading us on is how we handle each other in love. I think that is, for me, I've thought this for a long time now. I think that's part of the reason why we have differences in races, differences in sexuality, differences in gender, all of those things, because I really think that he's trying to see how we will handle each other. And so for all of the Christians and the saints who are looking down and castigating folk that don't go to church, folk that are gay, folk that aren't like them, folk who don't go to church every Sunday, who don't know all of the Bible verses and the hymns, a lot of them saints, they're going to be surprised when they get to the other side of life. And I'm going to be sitting there like, remember I tried to tell you that day on Facebook Live? I was reading the piece from my book. Because, see, it was God that had called me to tell these stories, to try to help some of y'all. And, see, y'all didn't want to hear it. Oh, here we go, Tyler Perry. See, y'all didn't want to hear it. Yeah, it's really interesting. It really truly is interesting. The best that I can say, though, Linda, is I personally believe that sexuality is instinctive. It's how we're wired. I think I don't think that it's a choice. I don't think that it's a decision. I think it's just a part of how you're wired. And I didn't choose my sexuality any more than I chose my skin color or my height or how my teeth are shaped, or you don't choose those things. But I think that religion has conditioned us to believe that we can choose. And if you just have the faith of a mustard seed, like all of that Bible jargon and talk, you are so welcome, Barbara. Oh, Linda, this is what I wanted to share with you. I got so distracted sending out that Cash App. Hold on. But Linda, this is why I wrote these books. It was my intention writing these books to speak to the hearts and minds of black gay men first. Black gay men first. I'm clear that these books aren't just reaching black gay men. I'm clear about that. But it was my intention to speak to the hearts and minds, to kind of heal some of the wounds, the emotional wounds inflicted on. Let me get Dana Dessaso together over here. Hold on. Hold on. Now, she said, "Where is my Cash App?" Hold on, Linda. Let me collect this coin. Hold on, real quick. Okay, Dana Dessaso. I think I used to cheat on her paper sometime in class. We went to high school together. Okay, Dana Dessaso, I just sent it. I just sent it, Dana. But I think that, what was I saying now? Oh, let me read you, Linda, this email. Oh, my intention was to speak to the hearts and minds of black gay men. But I believe that because I believe that God called me to tell this story, these stories. I believe that because he called me to tell these stories, that the stories have transcended just black gay men. They're reaching women, white women, black women, all of people that I don't know, in cities and countries that I've never been to. It's really hard to explain. I mean, like, I did my best to put all of that in these books to really hope, to really, with hopes that you will see the humanity in people, whether they're gay or not. Because part of the problem that a lot of black folks have with gay people is no different than the problems that white folks have with black people. Yes, I was about to read this email that someone sent me. I almost said your name. I'm not going to say your name, though. But listen, someone sent me this email the other day, Linda. It's a mother. She said, OMG. Linda, you still in here? Okay, Linda, she's in there. Linda, go on and send me $20 to the Cash App, and I'm going to send you this book. OMG. This is what she said, Linda. I just finished your book. It was beautiful. Let me say I am not a reader. So for me to start and finish a book is an accomplishment, something I haven't done in over 40 years. I truly believe that God has a purpose and a plan for us all, and your book has encouraged me to make myself more available to my son, who came out to me 5 years ago. He knows that I love him, and I accept him for who he is. But, then she put ... We have an understanding that we never talk about his relationships with men. I'm going to pause right there. Because she says, and I love her for this email because it was so honest, it was so pure. But so many things ran through my mind. Like my eyes literally watered when I read this email. One, this email reminded me that so many parents will disconnect from their own children because of what they've been taught by religion about sexuality. So you mean to tell me that because you've been I'm not saying to question your relationship with God. I have a beautiful relationship with God. I don't really have much for religion. You mean to tell me that because the pastor or because the Bible or the church, the body of church, has told you that you need to separate or disconnect yourself from gay people, and because your child is gay, you separate yourself from your child? Okay, Cynthia, that's the first thing. The second thing is, she says, we have an understanding that we never talk about his relationships with men. Do they have an understanding, or does she have that expectation? Those are two different things. Those are two different things. Do they have this understanding, or is that her expectation of her son to not talk about it? And so I found that really, but what she says by the end of the email is, that has got to change, and your book has given me the courage to face the fact that me waiting on him to find a girlfriend is just not going to happen, and that's okay. I appreciate you sharing your story, and I truly enjoyed the journey. I'm going to share the book with my son. I know he's going to love it. And then she goes on to say, again, I thank you. Like, this is why I write. This is why I write. If I can just bridge family members back closer together, then I've done my job. Like, I literally don't spend a lot of time, not you, Linda, I'm not talking about you, but like when I do interviews, whether it's on a radio show or wherever, I don't spend a lot of time trying to explain to people about gayness and what it really means. And I don't really spend, because my energy is better spent lifting up the spirits and the hearts and minds of gay people and those who really want to understand this community. Because the reality is, we're just like everybody else. And part of the reason that I come on here and what I said I was going to start saying at the end of these videos, you know how I always say, brush your teeth, floss your teeth. I'll continue to say that. But what I want to say to those who are listening, who may not peek in and say anything, I want to say, hopefully you heard something on here tonight that will provoke you to build a relationship build a broken relationship in your life. Perhaps your brother is gay, your sister, or whatever. Hopefully something that I've said on here will cause you to mend that relationship. Let me get up here and see what they're talking about. This one, Tamika, this is the first book. This is the one. Am I missing somebody else? Oh. Fox Be Gone. Let me get over here to this Fox Be Gone. Okay, so Tamika, that's for one book, right? For your niece. Fox Be Gone 28 at AOL.com. Book. All right, I sent it, Tamika. But Linda, I would encourage you to keep coming back. Hopefully you'll come back in here and you'll listen and hear some of the things that we talk about in here. Hopefully you'll subscribe to my podcast. The podcast is free. The podcast is called So Much to Say. It's in, I resent Cynthia the request for 2. Thanks, Michael. Oh, Cynthia, you want 3? I mean, Tamika want 3? Oh, well, Tamika, don't do anything with that one. Let me send you a new one. Hold on, Tamika. I'm going to read this piece about Tyler Perry. Look, they waiting. They said, I'm waiting to hear this part about Tyler Perry. Okay, Tamika, I just sent it for 3 books. Yes, Cynthia, there are people in their 50s that still haven't come out. So my hope is that the young guys coming behind me can breathe easier. Because to me, that's what success is. Success is living your life in such a way that someone else breathes easier because you lived. And so hopefully, you know, like my goal is that 50 years after I'm dead and gone, some little gay boy will pick or gay man who's married to a woman will realize, let me stop living this lie. Because see, that's part, but the thing is, you know, we have these two-sided conversations. We always say we want men to live their truth and come out the closet. But then as soon as people come out of the closet, you berate them. You berate them. All right, let me give you this. One of the actors was Tyler Perry's personal trainer at the time. He told Tyler about the play and the subject matter. Tyler, in turn, told him he would come to a rehearsal. I didn't believe it until Tyler showed up in a white Phantom. Tyler and I were attending New Beginning Full Gospel Baptist Church when I began writing the script and soliciting funding for the show, but I never approached him. I didn't feel it was appropriate to do so at church, and I didn't believe he would support this kind of show. Not to mention, I hadn't finished writing the script when I ran into him. The coincidence of one of the actors training him was proof positive that what's meant to be will be. When Tyler arrived at the rehearsal, we were preparing to go home. He came dressed casually in a t-shirt, a pair of nylon sweatpants, and some athletic flip-flops. "What's the show about?" he asked. I rambled off the details of the show with a full description of each of the characters. "Wow, you're really covering some heavy stuff. I hope you do it justice. When is the show?" "Labor Day weekend." Leslie and I decided on Labor Day weekend because Atlanta hosts Gay Pride weekend. We figured if we got the support of End the Life Atlanta, the Gay Pride Planning Committee, we would have a trapped audience attending. "If I'm in town when you do your show, I'll come," he said. That's Tyler. With the strain from the things that had happened when Leslie moved into my place, and the feelings I had of doing most of the work meant we were barely talking to one another when the cast and crew loaded into 14th Street Playhouse. Several of the cast members questioned why I kept him around. Sure, I had written the play alone, but I wasn't sure I could handle all of the logistics involved. Let me get down to some more Tyler. Hold on. Tyler's assistant called me the day of the show, requesting tickets for the evening show. "Can I get 6 tickets for Tyler?" "Sure, they're $30 each." "Oh, you don't have comp tickets you can leave at the door?" "No, the show is selling out. You'll have to pay for them." And some of y'all would have gave Tyler some free tickets, not me. He's a millionaire. He can pay for them tickets. "How much are the tickets again?" $30. The Hatterbrinks hadn't even asked for free tickets, and they were all there to support me opening night. I couldn't fathom giving away tickets to a millionaire. Okay, I'll pick them up at the theater, he said. When I arrived at the theater, the lobby was full of people, including Tyler and Celine. I didn't know if I was more excited that Tyler was going to be in the audience or that Celine would get to see the show. Celine was the guy that I dated that was HIV positive. After the show, we received a rousing standing ovation. Leslie and I went backstage and stood outside the dressing rooms preparing to go to the lobby for a meet and greet when Tyler came backstage. I want to help. I want to give you $1,000 because I know what it's like to do your first show. And I'm sure you're in debt, he said. Leslie and I looked at each other, then back at Tyler. Leslie knew his time to be the spokesperson for A Day in the Life was over. Okay, I said. I think some change just came through this Cash App. Okay, Cynthia sent her money. Dana Dessaso sent her money. Dana, Cynthia, make sure you inbox me your shipping address. I know where to ship the books. What Tyler didn't know was that our second show had sold out. So there wasn't any debt. Nevertheless, I wasn't about to turn down the money. More importantly, I wanted a meeting with him. The show was great, he continued. Thank you, I smiled. Call me tomorrow. You can come to the house to get the money. Make sure you call early because I'm leaving town tomorrow evening. Okay, I will. All right, so that's all I'm going to tell you guys about that, okay? The rest of the story is in there. What ended up happening was I ended up going to Tyler Perry's house. This is the house that he had in, what was his first movie? Diary of a Mad Black Woman. That was the first movie he did. So the house that was in that movie, that's the house that I went to. So it was unfinished. Like the gate wasn't up. Well, the gate was up, but the fountain wasn't up. The tennis court wasn't done. It was a lot of stuff that he was still finishing. There wasn't much furniture in the house. And so I ended up going to the house and we ended up having a conversation. And in that conversation, he ended up telling me why he wasn't going to support my stage play. My stage play is called A Day in the Life. Excuse me. And it's about 6 gay characters that I believe represent the persona that you find in the gay community. So you have the most feminine character, the queen. Then you have the transgender who believes she should have been born a woman. Then you have the minister of music of the church who is struggling to reconcile his sexuality with his religious beliefs. All the way down to the gay, the DL guy. The guy who has a girlfriend or fiance, he doesn't believe he's gay, even though he has sex with women. So that's the scope of the play. And so Tyler, I wanted him to help support the play. He came to the play, said the show was brilliant, but he wouldn't touch it. And so you'll have to read the rest of the book to figure out what ended up happening. But I will say, for a very long time, I was very resentful. I was 26 at the time. I was very, very resentful of Tyler for not helping me. And I remember him saying to me, you have to, you're being processed. God is processing you. And I didn't know what that meant. And I didn't want to hear nothing but no goddamn process. I was like, what you mean I'm being processed? What the hell does that mean? And that was when I was first about to apply for food stamps. My rent and shit was due. Like, it was crazy. All right, so that's all I'm going to tell you. Woo! Sometimes water is just all you need. All right, so listen. I guess we're going to talk about words that hurt tomorrow. Okay? I had that on my list of things to talk about tonight. But it's now 10:30. Yes, Keisha, it kept me humble. It got me to this point. It really did. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll talk about words that hurt tomorrow. I will leave it there. And we'll pick up on that tomorrow. Oh, look at Dan out of time. I'll pour it on you. Cynthia, too much. there's so many lessons that I want to be able to pass on, and I try to do that through my writing. There's so many lessons that I want to pass on. I get a lot of messages. Oh, what Bianca saying? Let me go up here. Did the Minister of Music play what? I don't know what you're asking me. Did he play what? But I get a lot of messages from you guys, some of you, saying, oh my God, I'm a writer. I want to write a book. Can you help me? Can you do this? One of the things that I will tell you, and I've been thinking about this a lot, like over the weekend, people are more apt to reach out and help you once you've started doing some of the work. Thank you, Wisdom. People are more apt to help you. So like, you can't say, oh my God, I'm a writer and can you help me get my book published? And you haven't even started writing the book. Oh, I've never watched Have and Have Not, so I don't know anything about that show. I know it's Tyler's show, but I don't watch his stuff. And not because of this. Just because I think it's trash. And I'm not being shady, I'm just being honest. I don't enjoy it. I don't. But yeah, so you can't, and that's not just as a writer. Like if you're saying, oh, I'm a writer and you haven't started writing, you have to start writing. You can't say, oh, I want to write a book and you already reaching out to people, asking them to help you. Like you have to start the process. Like you have to start writing. Like, yeah, thank you, Lakeisha. Craig watches nothing, Tyler. I like work that challenges me to think. Hi, Cassandra. And so, you know, but that's even if you're starting a business. Like if you want to start a business, you can't ask people to invest in your business and you haven't even started doing any research, or you haven't even started laying the foundation. You haven't started investing in your own, business or, your idea. Like you're putting the horse or the cart before the horse. So a lot, that's usually what I'll tell people, like when you guys email me or inbox me, like you have to do everything that you can in your power before you start reaching for help. Yeah. All right, Linda, you have a great night. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, get down your knees and say your prayers. Amen. Amen. Oh, Dana, you sent your address? Okay. Oh, I got it. Got it. And I got Cynthia's address as well. Linda, you still in here? Somebody wants to gift you a book. Yes, Cynthia, I got your address too. Okay. Somebody wants to gift you a book, Linda. She asked me not to say who. But if you inbox me your shipping address, Linda, if you're still in here. See, they're trying to help you. They're trying to bring you on over. Oh, Hope, you sent your email. Hope, how many books did you want? Oh, I see it. Happy birthday, Austin. Oh, you want me to say that in the book? Hope. I got it. Hope, am I sending you the Cash App for one book? Or what am I sending it for? I think, okay, the Book of Quotes. Got it, Hope. Hope, I just sent it. I'm going to, well, thank you so much, Hope. And tell your son, Austin, it's Austin, right? Happy birthday. But all right, listen, I'm about to get off of here. I will see you guys tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you ordered books, I'm going to go ahead and sign those now. I'll ship those out to you tomorrow. You will have them Wednesday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. You'll have them Wednesday. Unless you live in some rural area. Okay? All right? So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Shonda. I look forward to it. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys supporting what I do. I really, really do. I do not take it for granted. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time here, or if you're a returning pen pal, thank you for coming. Hopefully I said something to change your heart and mind as it relates to gay people, trans people, you know, whatever. I mean, that's really what this is about. It really is about bridging communities and opening hearts and minds, right? So hopefully you heard something. Linda was in here. Maybe there's some other people in here who question gay people. And maybe I said something to make you feel differently. You know? Maybe you see the humanity through me in gay people. Perhaps you'll see your son, your daughter differently, a brother, a neighbor, somebody, right? And remember, God didn't put you here to grade people. That's not what he put you here for. All right? Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.